Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop.
Yeah, my name is Jasity Kaldata from Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Nous voyons comment tout le monde est. Ils veulent qu'on tire les black bouches avec les verres, c'est fucking police. Nous voyons qu'on fait tout mari. Avant les faire avec notre maman papa. On va voir.
So it's in the rice price.
The rice price, something to do. Like I'm talking to my son mari. They are talking to me. They are calling me. I'm going to people every week.
So what the guys in Blackbush poll are saying is that they are fed up of the PPP regime. They're just tired of the PPP. They are fed up. You name it, every single day, complaints upon complaints. You know, I tell you, the faster and the sooner that is the opposition get its act together and get a nice, attractive team, trust me, the PPP is going to lose by a landslide, because what the people of Guyana are looking for is good leadership. And read between the lines when I say good leadership. Okay, sorry. I oftentimes love to do these things, you know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Good night to all of you, and especially those fathers out there who take and stand up to your responsibilities. I know yesterday was just a special day. Every day should be Father's Day, not just one day, but oh man, that one day. Pamper us now, pamper us now. Well, some of us are lucky for that, and some aren't. But belated Father's Day greetings to all of the fathers and to you beautiful mothers out there. You know, when the fathers, they run away and they don't stand up to their responsibilities and so forth. And you, the single moms out there, lots and lots of you out there who sit in that role of fatherhood, you know, happy Father's Day, sorry. And then there are mothers also who run away and then they leave their little ones, and then their little ones become doctors and magistrates and lawyers too. And then when they become lawyers, doctors, or even magistrates, then they rush to embrace. They stay in all other countries and little islands, whether Trinidad, and they cuss up and abuse up for their sons and their daughters. And anyways, Desiree Narine and all of you guys, Melanie, Allison, Desiree Chapman, Susan, Deborah Clark, Brenda, Henry, Vashti, and Shondell, and the entire crew. Look, I have some folks going to be on, so tag your friends, share the link. I have relatives of Adriana Young. They're going to be on with me tonight. They want justice. They're not going to be here to target anybody or to be personal with anyone. They want justice. That is all I'm going to say. They want justice. Edward Moore, how are you doing? They want justice. And that is what they are about, Mary and others. They want justice. And thank you, Mary Figueroa. No, you spoke. That's okay. You can inbox her. You know, thank you. But they want justice. That's all. They want justice. I know they get people gonna jump here, jump there, and think that it's a personal attack and bumps raised, and it's okay. All the family wants is justice for Adriana. The government doesn't want to give them justice. In fact, this is what the government is doing to them. Let me, in case you guys missed this is what the government is doing to them. Police tells, now this is what an autopsy report where family members are looking for answers. They want justice. Today's newspapers, that is the Kaitor News. The Kaitor News is saying that the police tell Adriana's family, go to court for autopsy investigation reports. Go to court. It simply means they're not giving anything. And the question is, what is it that they have to hide? The parents of Adriana Young, they want justice. All of you right-thinking folks out there want justice. And because of that, you know, we're subjected, I've noticed some people getting really personal with me, but that's okay. Hey, I have thick skin. I'm not like that guy. What is it? That you know whom I'm referring to. We don't usually mention certain people's names here, but this guy. Goody. Right? And so it is okay. And so because we're calling and we're crying out for justice, stones are being thrown, all sort of things being thrown. Take a look at this. And again, it's nothing personal against people, but take a look at some of the cussing. And you know whose mom this is? This happens to be Darren Wade's mom. And poor me, just like that. Poor me. Now, take a look. Listen. The time you guys taking to be upset, she's admitting that she is a proud PPPC and F off and unfriend her now. That is what she's saying. All because bumps raise. And so she's admitting that she is a PPPC. And while she's doing that, she's abusing me out. She's proper abusing me out. Now, this is her. This is her. Her name is Vonda Liverpool, known as Judy, whatever it is. And she says, I love you, Lord. Well, she sent me a request many years ago, and some of you may have sent requests, but sometimes I don't see it, and so forth. And in 2021, and this is what she said, good morning, sir. I am Darren Wade's mother. Thank you so much for seeing my son as a great young man. May God keep blessing you. Thank you, Mr. Benchap. And I said, welcome. And that's it. Now, let me make this clear. There's nothing personal against Darren Wade. I think Darren Wade has a far way to go as a young attorney. And in any profession, mistakes are going to be made. Don't get me wrong with that. And so there's nothing personal against the young man. Mistakes are going to be made, regardless of what profession you're in. And so I wish to reiterate, there's nothing personal other than the fact that the family wants justice. And it so happens that Mr. Darren Wade um, was the attorney, and the family members feel that more should have been done. And to say more should have been done doesn't mean personal at all. But this is totally but it is what it is. And then the barrage of everything. If you are going to put someone in court, you must have money to pay the liar with your broke ASS self. He in have no time with you. Well, of course, this is directed to the family members of this little angel. I don't know, what are these things really called for? Anytime anyone come for my son, I will F all of you. Oh my gosh. But this is what it is, right? If she's a PPP, if Mr. Wade's mother is a PPP, she has a right to support whichever party she wants to support. So don't get me wrong. Whichever party she wants to support, she can support. It is okay. But to basically tell people to F off and all of these sort of things, I'm wondering, where is this? Where is this venom? Where is it coming from? And for what? For what particular reason? Because she's a PPP, she accepts the results as it is, and because we're talking about it, we have to F off and go to hell and all these sort of things. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. If she's a PPP, it's okay. At least we don't think her son is a PPP, Darren Wade. I don't think so. But this is not a personal attack against Mr. Darren Wade, mind you, so I don't know what. She bumps raised and she's all over the place, cussing up and going on. And then on her Facebook page, she said, I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Love you, Lord. I love you. And maybe the Lord loves her too. But F off. And well, anyways, I hope all is well. I did say that there are lots of mothers and there are lots of fathers out there who do leave their child behind and go and far away. And then, I don't know. And then suddenly you want to kill and all kind of thing for your son and cuss up. I don't know. It's despicable, disgraceful. She's okay. She can support the PPP all she wants. And poor me coming in for some serious cussing, serious tongue lashing. Let's go straight to Guyana and some other places. We have some folks on the line with us. We're going to get straight into tonight's business. But let me say to you guys, there will be no personal attacks. There will be straightforward talking about justice for this little girl, Adriana Young. As I've said earlier, though, that according to the Kaichor News, police tell Adriana's family, go to court. In other words, they're saying to the family of Adriana Young, go to hell. They want nothing to do with the family. You've got to fight. But why? What is it that the police has to cover up, guys? Can anybody in the audience tell us what it is that the police and the government of Guyana have to cover up? What is it they have to cover up? Well, tonight, guess what? We have the mother of Adriana Young, no stranger to you guys. She wasn't asked to be put in this position, but all she wants is justice. Justice she wants, or the relatives and friends and so forth. All they want is justice. All we want here at 107.1 FM is justice. And all you guys want is justice. And so let's go straight to our guest for tonight. Adriana Young's mother is with us, Anicia. No stranger. Good night, ladies and possible gentlemen. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Let us first start off with Anicia. We all know how you're feeling. We all know what you want. And what you want is justice for your daughter. As we say in Guyana, story done. That's all you want.
Exactly.
Tell me how you feel. How are you feeling now that after reading the Kaichor News report that says the police tell Adriana's family, go to court for autopsy. They're not giving anything. How does that make you feel, ma'am?
Mhm. There is like, honestly, I don't have a word to describe how I'm feeling on behalf of that. I should first say, and I saw this thing concerning Jennifer Ali today with the ERC. So I was told to go make a report before I get back to that at the Leonora police station. So when I went there, I was told to ask for Miss Little. Well, I go in. Well, before I go in, there was this nice young police officer. He took me to the room. To my surprise, guess who was sitting in that room that I was supposed to go to make a report? Leroy Smith, the officer with the wet foot, right? That placed my child, that assisted in placing my child's body in that pool, right? He was in there, sitting at his desk, doing whatever paperwork. And then Miss Little realized that I saw him, so she had a whole lot of attitude, like, who told you to come to this station? You should have gone to Perica Police Station. And what? Where are you living, and where is the person living, and when did this happen, and all these sort of stupid things, right? So for me, when they bring out that report that we gotta take them to court, all of them is a bundle of crap.
So wait a minute. Let me ask you this. You went to the
All
police
of
station.
them.
One second, please.
Mhm.
You went to the police
Mhm.
station today to make a report about that demonic woman.
In-
And you ran
Yes,
into
of
the
that devil of a woman, Jennifer. Yes.
yeah. So
Mhm.
what happened when you
And
made that
to my
report? Please.
But I did not make the report because she said then when she came out to me, she said I could make the report there, but they're going to transfer it to Perica Police Station, to the CID there. And I just told her, I said, I know the CID at Perica Police Station, but to be honest, I come out and I came home. I didn't go to Perica Police Station because either way, all them hurting me head.
So
All them
how
hurting me head when I start to talk about them, because they're trying to make this thing that, like, fighting for justice for me 11-year-old child is a big issue. It's a problem, like, oh, the family want money. Oh, the family this. Oh, the family that. I did not ask these people to kill my child. I did not ask these people to do the evil and the wicked things that they do to my child. No. It's political, it's this, it's that. I don't vote, I never vote. I don't know how an 11-year-old, somebody murdering an 11-year-old becomes political and all this ignorance when they're going out with.
so when you saw
But
that policeman known as Wet Pants, how did it make you feel at that time? How did you feel?
I tell you, a thousand things went running through me head. I stand up and I look at it, like she went talking to me for asking me these things, and I looking at it with a whole lot of things going through me head and nothing good. To know that these is people that involved, and then they're sitting down doing their work. So if I in me head, I said, if he sit down there, then a man does somewhere else walking too. Everybody who involved, they're working, but they got them in places where you can't see them, because I started to show them and expect me would go to Lenore Police Station today to give a report on that matter. So he there doing this, he there inside, he doing work inside. So you can't really see where he there, what he doing. So he there inside. Right? And just like how they got the inside, I'm sure they got it by man. There's somewhere inside doing something too.
So, what is your take before we go to some other relatives of you and your daughter? How do you feel that ERC just called this demon of a woman, Jennifer Ali, in to just gaff with her, probably had coffee with her? How does that make you feel after all what she said
They
about
make
your
no
daughter?
sense. They make no sense. She's supposed to direct your baby scale with it. That make no sense, because with all that she do, with all the names who she labeled me child, Then she even went on to say she know that is a murder victim. I want to know how she know though, because she could have proudly said, "Oh, she had a lot going on for she, right?" And every day watching all them things, and it's sending me crazy. But I just trying for, hold it up. Every day I trying for hold it up. With everything that everybody doing and talking, them and even know the half of what I swallowing and trying to keep it cool. But at the end of the day, I feel if people went in my position, they would have do things different. And they still didn't realize, or they still didn't expect. I shouldn't say that they may realize. They may expect that my family would have gotten this kind of support, would have gotten people, or I got family. I even if I have a family member that would reach out to get to the bottom of this. They tell themselves that when they don't do what they do, it's well done. It can be a next cover up. Nobody can get a hold of nothing. Nobody can say nothing. Because nobody even come out bashing Wade. Take it for example. Nobody come out bashing him. You come as a liar representing his family of an 11-year-old that get murdered. Right? Everybody looking for justice. So what you got for hide if everybody looking for justice? And you got a lot for hide, and then you come out calling people talking this and talking though. And whoever's talking this and talking on behalf of you. Nobody bashing you. All we want is the truth. All we want is answers, and we want the truth concerning me child to know what happened. Because if you know what happened, and we know you know what happened, because I got family member for me that call Collins, that talk to Collins. Right? Auntie Roxanne on his phone, she was the first woman to talk to Collins. There's me family. Then Miss Camille, cousin Camille take over.
All right. So let us and they're not here at this time, but we do have Angie and we have Roxanne, and we want to go to Roxanne though, or maybe we'll just take Angie first. Angie, good night to you. Can you say, how do you feel, ma'am? How do you feel about this news article in the Kaicho News that says police tell Adriana's family go to court for autopsy investigation reports, say they wouldn't cooperate with the lawyer outside of court order? How does that make you feel, Angie?
First of all, good night. Thank you for having us. Before I get to that news report, I firstly must say, we, the family of Adriana Young, we're looking, we would like Darren Wade. I'm coming to the attorney because everything starts with the attorney, right? We would like Darren Wade to come out and speak the truth. We would like Darren Wade to say exactly what had happened, because Dr. Collins was fearful for his life while he was in Guyana.
Wait, one second, please. 1 second. And I just want the listeners to hear, because are you saying, ma'am, that the pathologist that was there in Guyana that was supposed to have been looking over the interest of Adriana Young's family, in my opinion, which something happened and he probably didn't, are you saying that the chief medical examiner from Delaware, Dr. Gary L. Collins, was fearful for his life in Guyana?
Yes, these were things that were told to me directly by Dr. Collins.
Wow.
Because there are things to be revealed that are being concealed, and instead the entire state, including the police force and the government and everybody, are after the family to make it appear as that they have done something wrong, when in fact all all the Young family, all we're looking for is justice for Adriana, right? What we're looking for from Darren Wade is transparency. What the family want is to ensure that we protected not only every other young children in Guyana, but especially Adriana two sibling. And that entire life of all young children in Guyana, to protect them, thousands of children in Guyana, from what happening, especially children under the PPP government. Because look what they're doing right now to an 11-year-old family. This government is operating as though as if Adriana was a big criminal and now somebody murdered she back. So you know what? Forget it. Our life must just go down the drain just like that. No, things don't work so. And I would like the public to tell me, if you retain an attorney to work on your case, your behalf, you understand? How is it possible that the autopsy report given to the government instead of the attorney? Because it was given to the attorney. Now, the reason why it ended up in the government hand is because of the fact the attorney is no longer representing this family. So he takes things under his skin. He is that petty. But the mistake that Darren Wade made, Darren Wade had an opportunity for his name to be listed like Johnny Cochran or Ben Crump, because this is not just no ordinary case. But instead, Darren Wade is going around making it look like as though as if he is the one with the problem. Like he wants people to just pity him.
So I want to, as I have a question for you here, let me just say to members of our audience, folks who are listening here now, I want to be able to give Darren Wade an opportunity to respond. And so Darren Wade, I'm throwing out this invitation to him for, of course, we do it professionally here, an invitation for Darren Wade to be on this program tomorrow night, right here on 107.1 FM, to let us hear his side as well. And so I just want our listeners to know that Darren Wade will be given an opportunity so that you guys can hear from him. But let us continue, Angie, as it pertains to the Stabroek News report. The Stabroek News report, where it says here, Angie, that police tell Adriana's family, go to court for autopsy investigation. Why should the family have to go to court and fight for something that the police should just hand over? Sorry. Go ahead.
Let me break it down. Why. I was told by Dr. Collins, because he was shocked. Let me make this clear. Dr. Collins was in shock when he heard from me that the family did not receive the autopsy report. I did went on to ask him if he would like to speak to the attorney, Dr. Todd, so that he could, listen to Dr. Todd instead of me. Because I still, in my mind, still baffled why Collins only had wanted to talk to me, right? However, Collins said to me to let the family know the autopsy report that they should receive has all three pathologists' signature on it, and it was signed with a special ink, a black ink pen. However, I had received an autopsy report from Amicia, cousin Roxanne. I received that autopsy report from her. I had sent that to Ailey. On that autopsy report, it is only Collins' name on it. So I'm saying all of that to say, the reason why the government wanted the family to go to court for this autopsy report. Remember, you're going to court, whatever report you're fighting for, the report that you were getting, that's not the report. That's a redacted report. That's a report that was not given by all three of the pathologists, was not signed by all three of the pathologists. So when they go to court and they issue that and they give that to the family, you can't fight for nothing more, right? Because you take me to court, You went to court, you fight, you got an autopsy report. What more autopsy report you're looking for? So that autopsy report is already dead in the water, right?
So let me just let the listeners know, Miss Angie, let me just let them know that this again is a suspicious story behind the investigation of Adriana Young. The family is maintaining that she was murdered, and rightly so. The world knows that she was murdered, and it is pretty obvious that the Guyana Police Force is attempting to cover this crime up. We saw what happened day one, where a senior police officer said to the family that they should go home, that this little girl, Adriana Young, left in a red car with some guy by the name of Orlando. And now they're not focusing on that and that part of the covering up. So here we go now again with the covering up. Which police in this world would say that they have an autopsy report that they can release to the family lawyer, and this family lawyer happens to be Dr. Dexter Todd? They're not giving that report to the lawyer. They're not giving it to the family. Suspicion again. Highly suspicious. What is it the Guyana Police Force have to hide? Are they getting their instructions from the corrupt government of Guyana? Is this what is happening? And then there are some people out there who might be vexed and sucking their teeth and say, man, y'all move on. And this typical Guyanese thing, y'all move on, man. You know, and these sort of things. The family wants justice. 99% of you out there are standing on the side of the family for justice. There's only one victim here, and that is Adriana Young, and her family wants justice. Let's bring in Miss Roxanne. Miss Roxanne, how do you feel, ma'am? And good night. How do you feel about the police force saying to the family and the lawyer, go to hell? We're not giving you anything. You got to take us to court for that. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good night, Mark, and thank you for having me. I'm gonna say this: the government wasn't saying that before. Darren Wade went on a show the other night. When we went on your show Wednesday, Darren went on the next show Thursday, and he said the autopsy report. It is not nobody own, it is the government own. It came out of his mouth. My problem with Darren Wade is his credibility and everything went on the line on the 28th of April 2025. If it's from 6 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock the night, he know, I know, Collins know, and God know what happened. All we need is the truth. When I made contact with Collins the first time, he gave me an earful. I reported to somebody. They said, okay, let's keep probing him. We will get the truth. He said to me, he has to speak to a lawyer and he'll give me some information. When Amicia get to this country, I send her a message with Collins' number and all the details. I said, get somebody to take you to Collins' office.
Yeah, 1 second. Somebody else is talking. Someone else is talking on the background there, but continue, Roxanne. Go ahead. And just to let the listeners know, Roxanne happens to be a relative of the family, a close family. So continue, ma'am.
Of Amicia.
Yes.
When Collins said, he told me he took 2 days off from his job with an emergency. My words to him was, you started on the right foot because you wanted a scan, you wanted everything that was right. Why did you leave this country to go to Guyana and pronounce on something that you know it was wrong? He said he was up under pressure and he had to do what he did. So Darren Wade, we back to Darren Wade again. He is the person that put his credibility and everything on the line because all he had to do was the right thing. That's all we asking, the right thing. We cannot change the right, but we could change the wrong. You don't have to change the truth, you know. All the lies you have to change. And this is a whole set of lies just coming down the sleeve. And we need the right thing to come out now. The court, the government say you have to go to court. But when we go to court, what we would receive something that they doctored already. We don't need that.
So
We don't need that. But anyway,
absolutely not. If you can stick a pin there, please, Roxanne. And it's 37 minutes after 9. Those who are now joining us, we have the mother of Adriana Young with us, and we have relatives of Adriana Young and relative of Sir Brian also with us tonight. So here's my question, Roxanne. Why would Dr. Collins, according to you, you've had conversations with him and so forth, why was Dr. Collins so scared or fearful for his life whilst in Guyana?
Because, okay, I'm going to let out one little piece of information. You see, he was scared because they had him in a room. Darren said to him, the police need to speak to him for whatever reason. He said he never went to autopsy before and see so much police at one place. So he was fearful then. He didn't know he was getting into that because he leave here on good faith. But when he got there, I don't know what changed. I guess the police intimidate him. I don't know what happened. And then they set the stage on the outside. So he had to run through a door and head wherever Darren Wade took him again, and then back to the airport. Darren Wade has a lot of questions to answer. Nobody's putting his credibility on the line.
Let me interject, Roxanne. Let me interject further. Let me elaborate further on that. I was told by Collins that Darren Wade took him to a group of police officers. And I'm not going to come out and say that because that is for the court. I would like Darren Wade, again, we are only looking for transparency. I would like Darren Wade to say exactly, because the mother can bear witness, Darren Wade came back, beads of perspiration, sweating. Where did he take Dr. Collins? What was said to Dr. Collins? And I will go further in saying an attorney said to myself and Sir Brian, I will not call that attorney name, that Darren Wade told him that the police officer would like to speak to Collins without him, Darren Wade. Now, Darren Wade cannot be going around and saying things as though as if this family is bashing him. If you ain't go crab dance, you know, and get your foot in mud.
Absolutely.
So now, I don't want Darren Wade to tell himself that we are just coming with wild speculations and running his mouth and running and getting people involved and getting people bashing this family. We are already going through enough as family. We want no distraction. Exactly. We're not looking for distraction.
They try
what we're looking for. What? No, they will not distract us. Because trust me, I got a song head on my shoulder. So he will not distract me.
If you stick a pin for a moment there, please, and we understand the distraction coming from a corrupt government and a corrupt police force, because again, all this family is looking for, all they're asking for is justice. Now, let me. Yeah. Now let's go back to the mother of Adriana Young. How again? I think I asked you this. I asked you this question the last time. There's no justice, nothing at all. Mr. Irfan Ali visited you guys on several occasions, and it appeared as though he really wanted to do something, but God in heaven knows what, because he has not done anything thus far to ensure that you guys get justice. How does that make you feel when the state is against you, the police, the arm of the state or arms of the states, or the state, sorry, they're against you as well? How does that make you and your family feel, ma'am?
In a situation like this, you ain't feeling safe. Because he came to say that he is going to leave no stone unturned. But the matter don't close in his hand. He got the report or whatever, and he closed the case. So probably that is the stone that he never left unturned on his behalf.
I got you there. But let me ask this question.
Probably that is the justice system. There's a system that he has, but for me, hmm,
Can I say something?
even if I was willing to vote this year for them, if they try, they're done.
Is your sister there? Is Amika there?
So let me ask you,
No,
thank you, ma'am.
she gone already.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me ask this question here as it pertains to the government, this allegations of covering up. We saw live at the hospital, the Georgetown Public Hospital, when the pathologists were there, Dr. Glenn Rudner, Dr. Collins, and Dr. Paul. All of them were there at the Georgetown Public Hospital conducting this autopsy of Adriana Young. Then suddenly we saw the police for no reason. There was absolutely no reason for them to go out and started shooting people. Any one of you, was that where the cover up started, to create chaos so that the pathologists can get out of there as quickly as possible and rush to the airport and out of the country?
Yes, that was, they set the stage. They set the stage so they could exit through the back, and who went where. They set the stage.
I want to say this. I want to say this. And I'm not putting my beliefs there. I'm saying this directly. The cover-up actually started during the meeting, because Amicia can bear witness. There were several meetings. Some of it, Amicia, they weren't present. So with Collins,
we weren't present. We weren't present at any of those meetings that they had, because the police had wanted meeting with the pathologist, and then this body meeting, and then that autopsy started practically around 2 o'clock or something around the end of the day. This is the time that it started.
And that's correct. That's because Collins said that.
It started so late because it was from one meeting to the next meeting.
One second, please. One person at a time. Go ahead, please. Finish up, please, Amicia.
Yeah, I don't know what was all those meetings about, but I could recall the same when they did mention that, when Wade actually said that the police need to have a meeting with the pathologist, with Collins. Indeed, when he and Collins came back, Wade was sweating. Wade was sweating.
And that's what I want Wade to say to the public.
What sweating?
What was said that caused him to sweat.
I don't know what was the meeting about, but he was sweating.
So let me ask you this, Amicia. At any point in time, any meeting was done, because Dr. Collins was supposed to have been there on behalf of the family as an independent pathologist and not working for that corrupt government of Guyana. If you had a meeting, you and your family had a meeting with Dr. Collins, how long did that meeting take place, if at all?
We didn't have no long meeting with Collins. The first call was when I think before they started the I was saying before they started the autopsy. After the meeting, they just give me a brief thing like, oh well, they come to do the autopsy and XYZ whatever, and then after that they went into other different meetings. But after the autopsy finished and they took us back, I don't even think he had wanted to meet back with the family to say anything. I don't know for what reason. But I like to think that beating me with Collins, because he said in that meeting to tell us about the autopsy and to say that Adriana drowned, and keep showing me different types of fraud. And then yet still, he tell Angie that he see cartoon hole in Adriana nose, right?
A piece that left.
He see a piece of cartoon hole that's left in she nose. And he didn't mention that in front of me. Wade was right there. Everybody else that was there for family member, he didn't mention any of that to us. He was showing me all different types of fraud. And yet still, Right now, we know that he hanging on a pin. He said that piece of cotton went in his nose. When I keep telling that man that I saw cotton was stuff up in my child nose.
Amisa, can you please let the audience know about the sample that came, and the director? I can pull up their name for you if you'd like me to.
Oh yes, you can pull up the name because all of them all of them is, what is his name again? Is some Amrita.
One second, I'll try to get it.
Okay, this is in reference to what?
The samples that were brought up.
The samples that was supposed to be taken up to do some sort of test. Those things are tampered. Because this man, let Angie find the name. This man was right there when that autopsy was when the scan started. I think we saw him at Balwan Singh, and then we saw him back at public hospital.
And this is based on what is being said here. Is it Dr. Nayal Singh?
No, they're from Mount Sinai. I'm trying to get the names.
Okay, so
Mount Sinai.
Yeah. So while you get the names, Amicia, what
the thing I can't get with these people, all I need and all I could get, because nothing that I do right now could give me back my child alive, right? And that alone, anybody who know me, that alone, on a natural laugh, Alice, it might send me crazy, right? It can't give me back my child. So all I want is the truth, some closure. Let all who do whatever, whichever part they play, whatever role they play, let it go where they have to go.
Yeah, I noticed some members, and thank you so much, Amicia, there. We all understand, and we can just imagine your pain as a mother, having to go through all of this trouble.
Because at the end of the day, had anybody been in my situation, this thing had happened, and that they would have do whatever they had to do, forget people wherever they had to get him. So why is it my situation going different?
So the toxicology report, we have some very smart folks in the audience. Good night to you guys, and thank you so much. I see they're saying samples were taken because they had to have been some sort of toxicology report, and samples were taken of Adriana Young, maybe her clothing.
Well, we got information that those samples, when the report would have come back, it would not have been correct report because they would have tampered with it. And we got the two individual, and that young man.
Okay.
I saw him.
So one second. We want to say that there are allegations that the report was tampered with. Allegations, and folks are free. The names that you're mentioning, the allegations that this report was actually tampered with. But go right ahead, please, as we are cautious.
The name are Amar Danraj, and he's the Associate Director of Mount Sinai, and Amrita Jaikaran, and she's the Director of Mount Sinai. The mother can bear witness that Amar was in the room.
He was there. He was right there.
And the director from Mount Sinai was there along with the pathologist?
He was there.
Okay. And so samples of Adriana Young were given to those folks?
Yep.
Okay.
Except for the water sample, because Collins, even though the Guyana government stated that there were samples of the pool were taken, Collins made it clear, it's on record, everything is on record, that they had never ever dealt with any water or received any sample from the pool. When they got there, the pool was already drained.
So let me ask you guys this, based on these, what we're hearing here, conversations and admission from or by Dr. Collins, it seems to be in conflict with what the government of Guyana wants to say as to the cause of death of Adriana Young?
Yes, because when Collins, I placed the mother on the phone, and the Collins didn't want to speak to the mother, like he was going crazy like a ghost. Like he see a ghost or he hearing up from a ghost.
Okay.
When I bring up Dr. Todd's name, he didn't want it to speak to Dr. Todd. So I was fearful, as I'm saying to him, why you want to speak to me? As the mother gave me consent to go ahead and speak to him, I said I would have to record this conversation for my safety because this is no ordinary case.
Gotcha.
And I don't want nobody to say what I did not say.
Yeah.
So I let him know I'm recording the conversation as he began talking and talking and talking. I let him know when my daughter get me the recorder. I let him know as he really conscious that yes, because I'm saying I got the recorder.
What exactly he came? We understand all of that. The conversation with, as you're saying, Dr. Collins. Let me go back to what is he so afraid of? He lives in America. He works in America. He hopped down there to do a job for just one day and he hopped back out. What exactly is he afraid of, though?
Well, I said that to him as well. I said, you're an American citizen. You're on America's soil. No police officer can do you anything here. I said, the first mistake you make by telling me that you asked for 2 days in your workplace, didn't know where you went. I said, but guess where you made a mistake? You used the coat, your lab coat, with the name and the logo of your workplace. So you represented your workplace. I said, fool talk, fool and listening. I said, so what are you afraid of? Well, one of the things you're afraid of, people can get to people anywhere around this world.
So he needs to speak. Let's thank you so much, Angie. Let's get back to Roxanne. Roxanne, is there anything that is so important that you would like the public to know as it pertains to the not alleged, but it's obvious cover-up of this little girl's murder that you'd like to say?
All I would like to see to Dr. Collins and Darren Wade, it starts with them. We need the truth. As I said, Darren know, Collins know, I know, God know, and I think the whole world know what happened. Bring the truth out. And it's so easy. Just tell us, write it on a piece, do something with the truth so the people could have closure to exactly what happened. Collins said something to me. I don't think I should say it out on the air, but he know what he said. And as I said, every time he says something to me, I report it to somebody. So whatever, he know and I know what, and I don't think he's gonna basically lie on himself. He made a mistake, and mistake put behind, come out with the truth now. Because this, as I said to you, he said this is not what it was supposed to be. He went there in good faith. He leave this country in good faith, in good faith. When I said good faith, I mean in good faith. Because he said he asked for everything. That is procedure. He asked for everything. He wanted a scan. He wanted everything. When they get to Georgetown Hospital, they said something ain't working and they had to go. They wanted to detour him then, and he said no, he went wherever. And then from then, when they get his scan, the whole thing take a turn for the worse. So we back to the truth again. Only the truth.
All the family
people talk about God and God and God. Like, I don't understand.
The truth indeed. 55 minutes after 9 o'clock, and Dr. Collins, if he's watching, because we were told that he's monitoring some shows and what's happening, he might be nervous. I don't know for what. But Dr. Collins also, if he wants to clear the air, he's free to come right here to answer up to what is being said. That he...
may I say this part?
Yes, go ahead.
May I say this? He don't want... specify he don't want nobody at his job. Let me make that clear. He wants nobody at his job. But at this point, he don't have no say in this. Unless he bring out the truth, he has no say.
But I was made to understand that there might be a protest in front of his office sometime soon. Angie, would you like to talk about that? Maybe sometime soon in the future, protest after the funeral of Adriana Young?
No. Yeah, after the funeral.
Yeah.
Because he's not there at the moment. And he said to us, give him 10 days for him to give us some report. So let's wait.
10 days to 2 weeks. 10 days to 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then there's a possible...
to give us some report.
large protest in front of his office there in Delaware. Let's head back to the mother, Amicia. And again, we salute you for your strength. We can just imagine what you're going through at this point in time. No justice. The family has, the government has taken you and your entire family and dump you guys at the back of the class or something like that and say, to hell with you and your family. That's what the government has said. That's what the police force is saying. We can just imagine how you guys are feeling. But can you give us an update on the preparations as you guys prepare to bury your daughter this weekend?
The preparation, everything is coming good so far, man.
Yeah.
We would, yeah, that's all I want the public to know is that we would just a peaceful funeral. A peaceful funeral. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the last time we planned this funeral, oh God, the amount of police and who went where and where, it was a lot. So I just want a peaceful funeral. It's not a big murder scene going to happen. It's my child funeral, a very peaceful funeral. Because if they use the same energy, when I went looking for she, I would have get she back alive. Thank you.
You know, I'm glad that you made that point, Amicia. You were out there and others and Sir Brian. All of you guys were out there on the night when you were begging. You guys were pleading with the police to go inside and search the pool, go inside. But, you know, there was one guy that was there, Critic. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll mention his name with that. And this is what he said.
That is saying 7 feet 6 inches, 5 feet 5 inches. If you look at it, right? That's saying 5'5". They're saying 7'6". They're saying 8 feet. So for 8 feet is reasonable depth for a pool. So you would have to go in and check in the pool, right? The young lady is not in the pool. So it could be ruled out that she drowned.
Okay, so we all saw that night, that there was no one in the pool. At any time, did Sir Brian or anyone that got access to go in there went into the pool to search?
First of all, let me tell you, right? Nobody get access to go in nowhere. When family members finished searching earlier, that was before we got there, before I reached there, right? When the police officers came, they came to protect that by business place. And persons were in that pool, swimming, and they were partying, and that by business was going on, and police was just lying after the front of that door, blocking anybody from who was out there supporting or come to try to have to search. They were there to block people from going in to that by business place to do anything, and that by was controlling his door from inside. So if you come for party there, he gonna open for you going. If you come for take a room, he gonna open for you going. We couldn't go in there until probably minutes to 12. When a police officer get called out from your bed for come and help we.
So when you guys went into that place that after 12, what happened? If you care to share that with us, please, briefly.
What happened? Not the thing happened because at the time, it's only 4 persons they allow. Me, my sister, 2 friends, 4 CID, and the hotel owner. Before we go in, you gotta wait for he direct his show. You gotta wait till he ready for open the door for you go in with the CID for search. Now you tell me after all them hours with 2 big buildings, 4 persons and 4 CID, what they could search and find. When you know where you got me child, because he know where he had me child, when he got me monkey we self and opening door and whatever, he know we got she.
So when you guys enter the compound, where were the police allowed and you guys allowed to search? Where exactly?
We was following orders. The owner in front, he was in front with the CID at the back, and we follow, and he was opening room doors, and knocking on room doors and showing you where is where and where is where, but he know where to take you because we don't know that building. We don't know that building.
Sad situation. Again, I know you've taken out an hour to be with us tonight, and I'd like to be reasonable with you as we prepare to wind down. I'll go over to Roxanne, as you, a family member, asking for justice, crying out for justice. Let's get to your closing remarks, please, Roxanne.
My closing remarks is that we need justice. We need the truth. As long as we get the truth and transparency, we will get to justice. So nobody's taking Darren integrity to the line. He did it for his own self. All we want him to do is speak the truth. Tell us exactly what happened. You and Collins come together and work something out, because you brought him there to overlook the situation, and then the situation take a turn in the wrong direction. So let's bring it back. Let me start over, bring it back in the right direction, and then I guess everybody will be happy with that. That's all it is for justice for Adriana. And the truth.
Thank you so much, Roxanne. Justice for Adriana and the truth indeed. The mother has echoed that. You have echoed that. Can we get a closing remarks, please, from Angie?
First of all, Mark, I would like to thank God for you. I would like to thank God for Ailey. I would like to thank God for Fire Feelings on Let's Talk the Thing TV, and the countless others who are raising awareness by talking about this matter on your show. I just want to put the audience in our place, our position for a second. Just imagine that your little child, daughter, granddaughter, great-grand sister, niece, had left to go out on something you would expect to be on a fun day and did not return. And I am going to be the one that is going to continue, because I'm very fair and very open and frank. I'm going to continue to bring the grandmother in and the cousin as well. Because if you take somebody's child out, you have to protect that person's child with your life. Right? And imagine you take this child out and you did not return her back. You in return did not go to both parents and say you're sorry. You in return turn around and want to bash the mother, want to bash your own son. Right? The cousin came out with lies as well before the police came out with lies. Okay, I'm going to go a little further to the police force. Now, you lost your child. The government, the highest of highest for the state, for the country, is not on your side. The police officers are not on your side. I would like anybody to tell me if the president for a country, the prime minister, the police commissioner, the police officers, nobody on your side. Now, it's hard to get an attorney, but anyhow, an attorney is there. You are assumed to be on your side, and the attorney as well is not on your side. How would you feel? You can't fight them. You cannot murder them. You can't do nothing to them because you are the small man. The only person you have on your side, which is the main person, is God. And truth will prevail. Because when all man against you, God said he will fight for this family. He will see us through. Because he is God. Absolutely. And he said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I will repay. But I would like to ask the public, how would you feel I'm calling on everyone who are seeing people putting up video bashing this family. This family has already suffered and gone through enough. And I am requesting, I am pleading with the public to please, if you see any bashing of this family of any video, report it. Help report it. Help us in standing up, in fighting for justice. Because once again, what I'm saying, what we are all doing to ensure that we protect Adriana's two siblings and that the life of Adriana Young will be the turning point for the protection of thousands of children in Guyana. If the PPP government cannot, everybody down to the smallest child is saying the government in representing this little child, she ain't commit no crime. And I would like to say in closing to Darren Wade, there's only one lone victim in all of this who does not have a voice. We are the voice for her. And that victim name is Adriana Young. She's no longer with us. And we do not want Darren Wade to come and tell us how good of an attorney he is. Let the public judge that for themselves. That's all I have to say. All we need is transparency and the truth. And the truth shall set me free, so help me God.
Thank you so much for that. Appreciate your time, Angie. And let me just quickly give the mother of Adriana Young last, at least for tonight, 30 seconds or a minute to thank the thousands of people who are on your side, because on the family side, there are more who are with you than those who are against you. Go ahead and thank the folks, please. And sorry, Amicia.
Yeah, majority of the time when I look at the hateful comments and all these things that people going about doing and saying, I always say they're more for us than they're against us, right? So I would still like to thank the good ones that are out there. And to Darren Wade, yeah, that's all we need. We need the truth. We ain't coming after nobody for nothing more but the truth.
Thank you so much.
The last thing my child deserves is the truth. And then there's a woman out there, I would like to make something clear. There's a woman out there by the name of Angie, the same woman with the Angela with the 2 N. I don't know who she's representing or what she's doing, but yeah, please let she know. The next time I hear she mentioning my child name on she live, she's not gonna like it.
You will sue her.
Because I will sue her. Let her stop it. I don't know who she represented or what game she playing, but let she take Adriana's name off of she life.
And that is the Angie with the 2 N's that has a GoFundMe or something like that?
Yes, exactly. We want her to desist from calling Adriana.
Who she's communicating with, but let her drop it right there. Wherever she pick it up from, let she drop it back right there.
Thank you so much. You guys wouldn't be strangers at all, maybe sometime during the course of the week, but we'll probably take a break because I know that you all are preparing for the funeral of this beautiful little girl who was murdered, and there is no justice. The government of Guyana doesn't want justice for her. The corrupt police force also, they do not want justice for her, and maybe we'll have to get in touch with a pathologist, all of them, starting with Dr. Collins. Ladies, thank you all so much. Roxanne, thank you. Amicia, thank you. And Angie, thank you all so much for your bravery. Thank you all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, the mother and relatives of Adriana Young. You can just imagine how they feel, how they're feeling at this point in time. All they're asking for is justice. That's all they want, justice. All they want is the truth. That's it. And like Amicia said, that there's one victim in all of this. One victim in this situation. I noticed somebody said there are thousands of victims in other situations, other circumstances. I can agree with that. But in this particular situation, there's one victim. And that person is Adriana Young. She's no longer with us. Her parents wouldn't have that luxury of hugging her talking to her, kissing her, sending her off to high school, seeing her off to college, and other good stuff in life, all because her young life was snuffed away by a cold-blooded murderer in that Doubleday hotel. And someone, or some bunch of folks, covered up that murder. All the family wants is justice. They don't want anything else. Justice. And those who are contributing in whatever way, whether prayers or through some sort of monetary donation, I'm sure they're very appreciative of that. But put that aside. That wouldn't bring back their little angel. They want justice. Can't you feel it? Can't you hear it in the mother's voice and the relative's voice? Can you just imagine what the father endured yesterday on Father's Day? Can you just imagine? Stop for a moment and imagine. And so there are few folks who are bashing. We could understand the Freddie Kissoon and those other, and the likes of a Jennifer, whatever the heck her name is, right? We could understand why they're bashing. Because they do not want the truth to be told. They do not want justice. All they want to do is to cover up, and they're blaming this family as though they've done something wrong, when all they're asking for is justice. And Guyana has someone who sits there as the president, who doesn't care about this little angel. He doesn't care about anybody other than himself and those in his circle. No one else. The commissioner of police, shame on Hicken. Shame on him. Just imagine, guys, as we prepare to wrap up and get out of here for tonight. Here's Adriana Young, beautiful little girl. Kaichor News reported today the Guyana Police Force continues to withhold a copy of the final autopsy report from the family of Adriana Young and has told their lawyers he must go, or in this case, Dr. Dexter Todd, who is the family's lawyer, mind you, that he must go to court. Now, what the heck is this? Can you guys believe this? Telling the family's lawyer that the police cannot give a copy of that report. Let them go to court. Now, what the heck is this? Could this be fair, guys? And then y'all want some of y'all, not all of y'all, want the family to just shut up, be quiet, and accept that fraudulent report that this little girl died by what? She drowned, and that's it? And people must forget about it? Because the government said that? Because the corrupt police force said that? Oh, no. Now, let me address Darren Wade. There's nothing personal against Darren Wade. Absolutely nothing. Like the family said, all they're looking for is the truth. All they're looking for is justice. And we cannot blame the family for this. Absolutely not. And now the family has made some allegations. And let me say this in the interest of transparency. Darren Wade and I have had a healthy discussion over this weekend, together with some folks, Lincoln Lewis included. In fact, Lincoln Lewis initiated that coming together. And I thought that it was healthy, very professional. It was cordial. There was no barking. There was nothing. It was very cordial. I must disclose this to you guys. And so there is nothing personal at all. None whatsoever. All we're looking for is the truth. All we're looking for is justice. That's all. And so I'm extending again an invitation to Darren Wade to appear on this show, not to be bashed by anybody, not to be bashed by me, not to be bashed by anybody in the audience. Like his mother said, and I think I showed this earlier, his mother said this to me. She was very thankful She says, "Good morning, sir. This was back in 2021. I am Darren Wade's mother. Thank you so much for seeing my son as a great young man. May God keep blessing you. Thank you, Mr. Bensham." That's his mother. And indeed, I think that Darren Wade has a far way to go as a young lawyer. Mishaps will happen in any profession. Owning up and saying, well, look, this is the situation. Nothing is wrong with that. And so no one here at 107.1 FM is pointing any dagger or any sword at Darren Wade. And so with that said, if he accepts the invitation for tomorrow, he will be here and he will be treated with respect. There will be no bashing in the audience or otherwise. And so that invitation is extended to him. Meanwhile, I ask you guys to pray for his mother. Pray for her. This is what his mother said. Listen, listen. The time you guys taking to be upset, she's saying that she's a proud PPPC. F off. And those of you who are on her page, she's saying you can unfriend her. Nothing is wrong with being a member of whatever political party. I understand why she's so upset. I understand. But it's okay. I have thick skin. Thank you so much, guys. Continue to pray for Adriana Young's family. They need justice. They're the victims. And their daughter is the real victim in this. Adriana Young. Justice for Adriana Young. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. I would never tell any of you F off. I would never tell you guys this. See you guys later. God bless you.
That's what the police do. The police guilty. The police guilty. The police guilty. The police guilty. Are you guilty, man? Are you doing this, man? Are you doing this? Are you doing it? Are you fucking doing it, man? Are you doing this? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
Persons can do so peacefully, and they can, but blocking the road for hours is something that affects
Mr. Ali, I saw you blocking road. Yes, Mr. Ali.
I'm just telling you.
Mr. Ali, there are videos with you protesting, you being a scrape and a tug. Mr. Ali, this is not, listen, sometimes we gotta put our position aside.
No, this is not position.
No, we gotta put our position aside and place ourselves into people's shoes. You gotta understand, even those persons who were traveling, yes, they were inconvenienced, but they understood the reason. They understood the reason. We understand the inconvenience.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how we will set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how we will set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barretons too, cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up.